I got seriously interested in poetry, I guess, when I went to university. I'd always read it as part of school, and I grew up in a house with a lot of books, but I read fiction mostly. When I started writing poetry, I was about 16 or 17. I came to England for work. I worked at part-time in different jobs all around Ireland for a number of years. And then in 2002, my wife got a job in London, and I came over and worked part-time as a teacher and bits of journalism and things like that for a couple of years before moving to Manchester.
Do you have any inspirations in the poetry field or the literature field?
I do. Poetry, like any other art, you learn from other writers. So I was always finding new ways of looking at the world or thinking about how a poem might work by reading mostly Irish and American poets, but English poets as well.
Are there any common themes that run through your poems?
There are. I suppose one of the things that I constantly come back to, I suppose, is what it is to be an Irish man living in England. So I have young children, and so we have a family life. It's living in a city, it's being away from Ireland. It's dealing with two different kinds of language, with English as she is spoken in England as against to the kind of English that we would speak in Ireland. So there are things which I constantly run up against. I'm always thinking that I'm going to write a different kind of poem, but I will very often find myself going back into the world that I know best. I write into notebooks, and I carry notebooks with me everywhere, so if I might hear a phrase or see something or have an idea or be angry about something, and I'll take an image or a phrase and work from that. And then after a while, it begins to accumulate, and I'll start thinking about how they can be strung together differently, try out different kinds of forms. So it's constantly just revision and redrafting.
If you had one piece of advice for a budding author or writer, what would it be?
To do what you're interested in. I think, you learn from your reading, and you read and read and read, but follow your own enthusiasms as a reader and try to emulate the writers that you admire.